Opposed to secret society.
Allah is the greatest. God is great. So much great.
Yeah, Burnham.
Hey, if we defund the police, what happens when you call 911? And what I say back is, well, if something's on fire, what number do you call? And who shows up? It's the fire truck. And if somebody's having a heart attack and the EMT shows up, imagine what would happen if, when someone was overdosing, if you could call mental health resources, child protective resources, substance abuse resources, if the resources that folks needed so they didn't need to rely on law enforcement were there, right? If 911 had more options, communities would feel safer, and you wouldn't be introducing a badge and a gun to situations that law enforcement could never be trained to manage and that they've been calling to get out of the business of for years. That's what the majority of protesters and activists say that they want. They want more options for 911. They want more resources for communities, so communities make the decision, right? Or when a couple was having a disagreement that they didn't know how to resolve, or when a kid wasn't feeling safe.
You know, it's fascinating in terms of the way these things evolve politically. I feel like one of the key insights for me in terms of thinking about national security, like transformational thinking around national security, was realizing that people in the military, particularly very well experienced people in the military, were themselves among the most articulate defenders of the idea that the military should not be used for everything. And what you're describing about how police themselves are among the most authoritative and at times articulate spokespeople for the idea that police are not the right solution to every problem that we got and that we apply policing resources to. It's an interesting thing in terms of the way these things go as political fights. It also potentially sets up some strange bedfellows in terms of who are allies and who lines up on which side of these fights. What do you anticipate is going to happen now?
Our unalienable right to life and liberty and the pursuit of happiness, those rights were stripped from college kids in Blacksburg and Santa Barbara, and from high schoolers at Columbine, and from first graders in Newtown. So, all of us need to demand a Congress brave enough to stand up. And from every family who never imagined that their loved one would be taken, all of us need to demand a Congress brave enough to stand up.
And remember, this new program doesn't replace any, it just duplicates existing programs.
And by the way, it happens on the streets of Chicago every day. 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 Every day. Every day. Every day. Every day.